Hello and good morning. It is Thursday morning. That took me a minute. I've been a little absent lately. Not for any bad reasons, just been working. I'm in the middle of this project. I'm nearing the end of this book. I have 5 chapters left to do, and there should be only 4 after today, which I'm pretty stoked about. It's been a process. Excuse me, I have a little bit of a cold. I had a conversation the other night with a couple of guys, and it was really interesting. It was, I don't know, it was like a men's support group, but it wasn't a support group. It was just a random thing that happened. And it was really cool because we were exchanging ideas, and every time that one of us would say something to the other, it's like we were talking to ourselves. And I was reminded of the story about the old man and the dog, or the dog and the nail. Either way you slice it, doesn't really matter. And it's funny because to me, I heard this story years and years and years ago, so long ago that I forgot about it. And these guys had never heard the story. And sometimes you think it's the curse of knowledge. Sometimes you think you heard this thing years ago, everybody must know it, but the fact of the matter is they don't. And for me, it was so poignant back then that it stuck with me, but it just became part of me and something I forgot, to be honest with you. But I was able to share it with these guys, and I thought, you know what, I got to share it with you as well. Because it is, it kind of struck down at my soul, to be honest with you. Not in any bad way, but like, oh my gosh, this one really means a lot. It meant a lot back then, but it means probably more now because I'm older and, well, there's less time left on the planet. So, the first time I heard this, I was somewhere down south. I was at a convention. I heard somebody talk about this parable, and it really is something that makes you think. So I'll just get into it because it's easier. Hey, morning, Neil. How are you, buddy? It's easier just to say it than talk about it. So there's a guy walking down the road one day, and he hears an old hound dog howling. It's like, wow, this is just an awful noise. And he's walking a little further down the road, and he gets closer, and it gets a little louder. What the hell is going on? And he finally gets around the corner. He sees this old man sitting on a porch, and this old hound dog sitting next to him. And the old hound dog's just a howling. And he looks at the old man, and he says, why is the dog howling so much? He said, well, because he's laying on a nail. And the guy looks at the old man puzzled and said, why doesn't he get off of it? And the old man says, because it doesn't hurt enough. That one hit me. How many places in our lives do we spend just being discomforted because it doesn't hurt enough to make the change? For me, it's been going to the gym. I've been struggling with it lately. It's the middle of January. This is the time of year that sucks going outside. I've still been going, just not the way that I was a month ago or 2 months ago. Now, I'm not saying that I'm giving up on it, but it just became harder because it was like, you know what, I can skip today, or, you know what, I'll do a lighter workout today, which isn't a bad thing, to be honest with you. But those moments are when you're laying on the nail, when it doesn't hurt enough for you to actually take action. And I just listened to something that was really cool, and it's funny. Sometimes as we become older, we don't want to listen to someone who's younger, even though they may know more about a topic than us. And I just saw this YouTuber, and the guy looks like he's probably in his early 20s, mid-20s. And I'm in my mid to late 40s. But what he said was, he was talking about how we have to overcome resistance in our mind. So resistance is the thing that keeps you sitting on the nail, right? And he's talking about how we can overcome resistance. Like if you're, the easiest one he said is if you're going out for a run for a mile, and at a mile, your body starts going, oh, I want to give up. I want to stop. It's time to run 2 miles. Because then your resistance comes in at the 2 mile mark, not at the 1 mile mark. Now that's interesting. Where else do we have that where we can change it? You know, Do you go 3 days without a beer and on the fourth you're like, this sucks? Well, then maybe try going 6. Have you been, when's the last time you ordered takeout food, crappy takeout food? If the resistance starts to come in at a week, try 2 weeks. Because then your resistance point moves out. Your mind, your subconscious just feeds you back stuff that you've already programmed it, right? And the only way to deprogram it is to move out past the boundaries that you've already set up. The only way to get off the nail is to make it so uncomfortable that you have to get off of it. So sometimes life throws this at us, like if we don't lose weight, well, you end up with a heart attack. That's freaking uncomfortable. But that doesn't even change some people, to be honest with you. But if you want to, I guess there's a positive and negative side to this. If you want to, on the negative side, you got to push those boundaries in order to get off that resistance. But if you don't really want to make things worse, you have to just realize that they suck to be laying on a nail. So I'm trying to process some of this at the same time as I'm talking to you, and it's not always easy. But if you want to get off the nail, you have to realize how much it hurts. You have to realize where you're at. And be honest. This is what sucks. I need to change this. You don't have to see it worse than it is, but you have to see it as it is. And then start to see it as better than it is. Look at ways that it can improve and how it can improve quickly. I'm doing this today. This is like, right now I'm going to sit down and write. I might not even share this video until much later because it takes up time. But look where your resistances are. Look where that nail is that you're not moving off of. And figure out how you can double up on the resistance that keeps you sitting on that nail. If it's, not going to the gym, well, then go to the gym 2 more times a week than you do now. If it's, sorry. Just this message is hitting me as I'm saying it, so I'm just kind of seeing all these things like, oh, damn it, I could be doing that. But I'm no guru. I'm on the journey with you. I'm looking at these things and putting them into practice in my life, so I hope that some of this hits you as well and make some changes in your life. I know that some of these have been really impactful lately, and I'm going to continue to do more of the ones that really resonate with me because it's just an easier way to do this. That way I'm not living anything that's not the truest and most authentic me, I guess. Anyhow, that's it for me today. Please do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, share, all those things. Really help get the videos out there. Plus, the book is almost done. If you want to get the last chance to pre-order it, it's still at $9.99. It will be at $14.99 when I let it out. And I may even be submitting this to a publisher. Some interesting things are coming about in 2025. Anyhow, have a fantastic day. Until tomorrow, know that I love you, and I'll see you soon.